All right, welcome back. Today, launching out of Newport Beach. Gonna be targeting Crystal Cove. As soon as I get there, I'll talk a little bit more about the fishing restrictions and the fishing prohibited beyond Abalone Point. But pretty much, target species again is sheephead. Don't know if we're gonna get them, but gonna try. So we'll catch up once we're at the spot. Head. All right, so I'm on first fish of the day, the sheephead. Wow, it's actually illegal. 12 inches on the dot. Yeah, legal. So the legal size to keep is 12 inches. But like I said, I'm not gonna keep anything under 15. So this guy will get, well, it's actually a female. This girl will live to see another day. There she goes. So, some people call this the knocker rig. Some people call it the sliding sinker rig. Whatever you want to call it. I'm using a, I believe this is 3/8 of an ounce. Egg sinker to a 1/0 hook. Okay, the pound test I'm using is 20 pounds. I think I'm on. Yep, got him. Another sheephead. Small one. This is definitely undersized, but definitely got the target species out here. Okay, so for this setup, let me just release this girl first. There she goes. This setup is sliding sinker to the 1/0 fish hook. Okay, but about 8 inches above it, I have another 1/0 hook. Okay. So you guys may have noticed that I caught the other sheephead on the other rod, and I caught the second sheephead on this rod. Okay. So I want to point out that you know, sometimes when you guys go fishing and it seems to be just that one rod that's getting hit and you're catching fish only on that rod, it is because that rod that the fishes are hitting, they like the setup, right? So it could be lighter line that you're using. It could be, you know, the way you tie the hook, the way you tie the sinker on, whatever it is, they like that natural presentation. But if your other rods are not getting hit, it's not because you're having bad luck on that rod. It's just because the setup on the rod that they're not hitting, they don't like it. For whatever reason, it doesn't look natural. It doesn't look appealing to them. The hook's too big, the hook's too small, whatever it is. You know, look at your other rod that's getting hit and try to duplicate the setup. Unless your other rod, you're trying to catch a big whale or a shark, then I understand, you know, you got thicker line, you got heavier sinkers, you got bigger hooks, bigger bait, and you may not be targeting the same species as you are on the primary rod. For me, I'm targeting sheepheads on both of the rods, so I have very similar line pound test and same size hooks, same way I hook on the shrimp. Okay, nothing different. So now that I got one on this rod and one on the other rod, I know I got the right setup. Now the other thing I want to mention is, and the other boaters are doing it too, is what it is once you're fishing in an area for like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and you're not getting any hits, any bites, move. Don't be committed to one spot, right? There's a whole ocean, right? There's a lot of different spots out here. Give each spot maybe 15-20 minutes, okay? Because if there's fish, I guarantee you they're gonna bite. If there's no fish, they're not gonna bite, okay? Because there's no fish. So that's one of the things I've learned over the years. Other than that, yeah, so again, I'm using 20-pound mono on this rod. This one, I'm using 30-pound braid. To the leader is a 20-pound mono, okay? So at the end of the braid, I have a swivel, and that swivel connects to the leader. That leader is a 20-pound mono with 1/0 hooks. And the way I just hook on a shrimp is I hook it through the side, through the shell. That way it stays on, okay? And of course the fish finder is gonna help, okay? This fish finder kind of sucks, but you know what? It helps me look for structures, and whether it could be kelp, could be, you know, reef, or whatever it is down there. Most of the time I don't drop my hooks right on top of the reef. or the kelp. I drop it right next to it, right? So that kind of helps. Other than that, if you're not catching anything, I don't know what you're doing wrong. But yeah. All right, snags. We've all had our snags, okay? But what I do is the night before I go fishing, I make maybe about a handful or so of setups, right? For example, this, okay? If I get snagged, like I am currently snagged, and I lose that leader, I tie on another swivel, tie this on, back in business, okay? You don't want to spend all your time out here tying your setup all day. With that time, valuable time, you can you know, have a higher chance of catching something rather than tying line. I spoke to the gray boat, and they caught a calico out here and a rockfish. So yeah, so there's rockfish out here, there's calicos, and then there's sheepheads, as you saw. All right, so that is Abalone Point. Okay, so beyond that, further south, is no fishing zone. Fishing is prohibited. State Marine Conservation Area. No take, no fish. All the way, so from Abalone Point all the way down to Laguna Beach Mission Hospital. Alright, so in the video, as you just saw, was that I was right here. Okay, this is Abalone Point, this is Emerald Point. You'll notice that the area that we're fishing in, it is a marine conservation area. Okay, but you'll notice that it says here fishing restricted. Okay, so if we look at fishing restricted, it says that this area, you're allowed to fish and you're allowed to take fin fish only. You can Google that. Just Google Crystal Cove, Newport Beach, fishing restricted. It should come up with some information for you. But basically, this entire area, when you exit out of the jetties of Newport Beach, you go along the coast here, down to Crystal Cove State Park. Here is where the cutoff is, because from here and going down further south, you will notice that fishing is prohibited. Look at this dotted line where it says fishing prohibited and fishing prohibited. Okay, so from Abalone Point, from where you just saw me in the video, down to here. And you may ask, well, where's here? Okay, so here is where the Mission Hospital in Laguna Beach. Okay, so let me see if I can bring up a better picture of what it looks like for you guys. Okay, so this is what Mission Hospital Laguna Beach looks like. Okay, this picture right here. So basically, straight out from here, straight on out, all the way up to Abalone Point, which is right here. All that down here to Mission Hospital, Laguna Beach. That's a no fishing zone, prohibited. Okay, no take, no fishing. If you caught, huge fine. And yes, I have seen fishing game in this area before. Okay, in fact, I was pulled over, but I did not have my rods in the water. I was just traveling through. So they're out there. If you're unlucky, you'll see them. And if you're, trying to buck the system by fishing in that area, in this area, you will get fined. Okay. Now, one of the other building that you may mistaken for the hospital is this building right here. Okay. If you're in this area and you're looking at it, guess what? You are in a no fishing zone. Okay? And I didn't make this up. Okay? You guys saw in Navionics that this area, all this area from Abalone Point, from here down all the way down to here, all that is no fishing. Further south, below the Mission Hospital, it's okay to fish. Okay, you got Salt Creek down here somewhere, and then you got some of the sandy beaches here, and that's okay to fish in. But from here all the way here, again, that's a no fishing zone. Okay. So once again, if you're at this area, and again, if you want to argue that it's okay to fish, well, you can argue all you want with a fishing game once they pull you over, but I guarantee you, you're going to get a ticket, because the Navionics, as of April 2025, it is up to date. Okay. So watch where you fish, know the rules and regulations. Don't get fined. It's not worth it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Ocean whitefish. So far, only two species. I got the ocean whitefish in here. I already released the 2 sheepheads. So if you guys plan on releasing fish, release it back to where you caught it in its natural habitat. Because if you take it and decide to release it at the docks where you guys launched out of, it's gonna have a hard time surviving outside of its natural habitat. Ocean whitefish, I'm gonna release it because this is still also its natural habitat. This is actually still Crystal Cove. And as you can see, it's alive and well. Let me show you guys. Well, that's a dead mackerel. I mean, I brought that as bait, but the ocean whitefish, as you can see, swimming around healthy. But I'm about to release it. It is. Whee! Adios. Okay, come on. What is this? It's a lame mackerel. You know what? I'll take it.